Ladies and gentlemen, the brand new Cavalry Rally Commander has been revealed officially by Rise of Kingdoms, and it is none other than Subutai. And I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. It is once again 6:30 in the morning, but today we're going to go over all of his skills. And obviously he is a cavalry conquering and combo damage commander, which means this is likely the mightiest governor commander that will come out, that will correspond with the King Arthur Wheel of Fortune. Now, as you guys know, I am a partnered creator with Rise of Kingdoms, which means they support a few videos on the channel every single month, but the most important support comes from you guys dropping a thumbs up on the video and subscribing down below, especially if you want more breaking news for Rise of Kingdoms. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's jump right in to the active skill. Thundering Hooves launches 3 combo attacks against a target troop with a damage factor of 1000. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Open and shut case vanilla combo attack damage of 3000. You know, now that I think about it, this isn't damage over time, right? It's just 3 combo attacks all in one turn. That's kind of insane, right? I mean, this doesn't say like a combo attack every second or something like that. So straight up 3000 damage factor. All right, second skill, Circling Vultures. This commander's cavalry units gain 15% march speed. If this commander is leading a rallied attack, cavalry units in their rallied army also gain 20% attack and 30% defense. So this is doing the same sort of thing as Scipio Aemilianus, where they just do not get stats unless they're rallying. And I think that's kind of the developers' new way of making these commanders sort of balanced for a specific role, because otherwise like this would just be an open field demon. Okay, I mean, out of the gate it would have 3k damage factor, like that's wild. So okay, we've got some solid stats for rallying, otherwise you get nothing. Third skill, if this commander's troop is attacking a city or stronghold, their troop deals 10% more combo damage. Whenever their troop launches a combo attack, it has a 60% chance to gain a 15% bonus to normal damage dealt for 8 seconds. This effect can stack up to 2 times, and its duration resets every time it gains another stack. So you can stack up to a 30% normal damage bonus, and that's it, right? So okay, 8-second duration. I mean, if you launch 3 combo attacks every single active skill, then that means you're most likely going to get the 30% normal damage for 8 seconds after every active skill shot, right? Interesting stuff here. Obviously, if you pair him with commanders that do combo damage as well, then you're going to have more opportunities to stack this, but it's only 2, like the stacking can only go up twice. So I mean, it's powerful, don't get me wrong, but it should be pretty straightforward to just keep 30% on him at all times, right? Fourth skill, Daring Raid. Whenever this commander's troop launches a basic attack while outside of alliance territory, it has a 30% chance to launch a combo attack with a damage factor of 700 and a 10-second cooldown. So this is a instant proc damage factor of 700, really long cooldown, but this will also proc this normal damage bonus for 8 seconds. So interesting stuff here. Not sure why this is so conditional. Like it's a 10-second cooldown and you have to be outside line territory. So I mean, they're really trying to rein in the power of this commander, I feel like. Let's look at the expertise. It says if this commander's troop is attacking a troop on the map, their active skill inflicts the burn effect on the target for 2 seconds. Whenever the target is hit with a basic attack, it has a 50% chance to take 20% more normal damage for the next 1 second. If this commander's troop is attacking a city or stronghold, their active skill inflicts an enhanced version of the burn effect on the target for 2 seconds. Whenever the target is hit with a basic attack, it has a 100% chance to take 20% more normal damage for the next 1 second. Okay, so this is officially the second commander ever to inflict the burn effect. I can't think of any besides Takeda, right? Takeda was the first, and as far as I know, the only commander to have the burn effect in Rise of Kingdoms. But what's cool about this is that this will inflict the burn effect even if you're not rallying, right? So obviously if you're rallying or you're hitting a city or stronghold, then you have a 100% chance of doing the burn effect, which is really nice. I wonder how this is going to work though, and maybe I'm misunderstanding the combo damage on the active skill, but like if we look at the expertise, right, it says that your active skill inflicts an enhanced version of the burn effect. So how is the timing going to work here? Like ideally you would want to burn the target and then hit them with your 3 combo attacks, but if your 3 combo attacks are what initiate the burn, then the burn is going to be applied after the combo attacks have already been hit, right? So maybe I'm misunderstanding. Maybe like the first combo attack can inflict a burn and then the next 2 combo attacks can hit while the target is burned. Maybe can this all happen within the same turn? I think that's kind of the thing that I'm confused about with combo attacks, is that a lot of times things will trigger and then start on the following turn, but because combo attacks are basically 3 basic attacks within the same turn without countering, without having the enemy counterattack, right? I wonder if it can happen in the turn, right? Which would be the most beneficial. You would want to burn the target before you hit them with 3000 damage factor, or at the very least you would want the first click of that combo attack, you know, the first 1k that burns the target, and then the following 2k is, you know, while they're burned, right? Because as you guys know, combo damage is affected by normal damage, right? And so if their target is taking 20% more normal damage, then, you know, that's the goal right there, right? So all in all, Subutai is really interesting. Let's jump into the game and see if we can figure out some commanders that this might pair super well with. I think that this is obviously going to be some sort of slam dunk pairing for Attila. That's the first thing that comes to my mind, right? And if we just take a look here, I mean, previously Attila was really good with Takeda, who did the burn effect, right? And so now we're getting another commander that does the burn effect that's all about normal damage and combo damage. Like this could give Attila the sort of burst damage that he sort of has lacked. And truthfully, it's not like Attila needed burst damage to be effective. Like Attila rallies have always been pretty effective, right? So I mean, who knows? But I guess you would do Attila primary, right? Because you would have Attila do his buff, King of the Huns. You deal 30% more normal damage, and then you hit them right after with 3000 damage factor that is boosted by normal damage, right? You have an attack reduction in the active skill, you have a defense reduction on the second skill, you have a 5% all damage bonus, you take 15% less skill damage, and you have 40% attack on top of the stats from Subutai. You also have a chance to gain bonus damage dealt. Now this has a 10-second cooldown, but it's worth noting that your combo attacks could trigger this, right? Most likely. We'll have to obviously test it. You can't be silenced. You deal 20% more normal damage when you're under 50%. I think that this is possibly the pairing. I mean, yeah, because then you would have 60% attack, 30% defense, 30% march speed, and even more bonuses to normal damage, which is all that Attila's doing anyway. And you have instant proc damage, and now you also have an enhanced burn effect. But what if we paired with Takeda instead? Now obviously if we did that, then Subutai would have to be the primary commander because he has the combo tree as opposed to the mobility tree here. But if we did that, then whenever a burn troop is hit with a basic attack, there is a 50% chance it will take 50% more normal damage for 1 second. Okay, so you would inflict the burn with most likely the active skill on Subutai, and then you also would inflict a burn with Takeda's active skill for 4 seconds, and then it wouldn't really matter, right? Maybe there'd be a lack of synergy there. If both commanders are burning the target, then it's like you're double. Does it stack? Does the enhanced version of burn count as an entirely new debuff, right? In which case, can you be enhanced burned and regular burned on the same turn, right? Like, is that how this could work? I have no idea. But here it says the burn effect is inflicted by Takeda's fiercest fire and Subutai's Hound of Temujin. So yeah, really interesting stuff here. But also, like, if we look at Subutai's expertise, you have a 50% chance to take 20% more normal damage, or the enhanced version is 100% chance to take 20% more normal damage. And then you take a look at Takeda and it says you have a 50% chance to take 50% more normal damage. So I mean, I feel like Takeda's burn is just better, right? 50% more normal damage is better than 20%, even if the enhanced version is guaranteed at 100%. Like on average, this would be 25%, right? I mean, unless I'm misunderstanding this, I think that they might be different debuffs, you guys, because I don't know, we'll have to test. It's too early to say, to be honest with you. I feel like they could be different debuffs because they're literally different numbers. Like they seem to function slightly different, but I could be completely wrong about this. 40% attack, chance for march speed, you get 40% defense, healing factor on top of that, and you take less skill damage, and you have a 10% chance to reduce normal damage that's incoming as well as counterattack damage, and you deal 30% more normal damage to burned enemies. So like that could be like the single best synergy there that we have with Subutai. And also I mean, you just get a ton of stats, right? 40% attack, 40% defense, so tons of stats. You get another way to burn them. Your burns are more effective, so this would go all in on burning the target with Subutai's you know, expertise. So there's that. But I feel like I'm more interested in Takeda, right? Because I'm sorry, Attila, because like, yes, Takeda has the burn and burn synergy, but like you're already burning them with Subutai, right? And so to me, it feels like Attila takes advantage of that burn. And also like the burn isn't the main focus of the kit, right? I mean, like the main focus of the kit is 3000 damage factor, and you're dealing more normal damage here and instant proc damage here. I feel like Attila is the one that really benefits from all that normal damage enhancement, because that's what he's doing here as well, right? So I mean, are we have Attila rally confirmed? Attila rally meta is here and back, question mark. I mean, like, would you do, I mean, right now we run Nevsky primary a lot, but that's because Justinian does skill damage, and so I don't think that there's synergy there, right? I mean, yeah, probably not. If we look at Justinian's kit here, this is clearly meant to be with Nevsky, so I don't think Justinian's the play. What about Bertrand? I know he deals damage over time. This is where things get really interesting, because his active skill says for the next 3 seconds he has a 100% chance to deal 700 damage factor when you launch a basic attack and reduce the target's range by 20. So suddenly we have Subutai coming into the game where he has 3 combo attacks, which they can trigger effects triggered by basic attacks, right? So now you're in a scenario where if you do Subutai as the secondary behind Bertrand activates his 3-second, you know, damage over time, and then your 3 combo attacks, boom, 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 that's 3 basic attacks that will also trigger the damage factor on Bertrand's active skill. So suddenly you're dealing, you know, the 2100 damage factor that you normally would have been dealing over 3 seconds, and then you're also dealing 2100 damage factor on the same turn as the 3000 damage factor from the active skill on Subutai. I mean, unless, you know, it's 7 a.m, maybe I'm misunderstanding this, but like that just seems absolutely insane. And you're reducing the target's rage for every single proc of Battle Hungry, which I just realized his name's Battle Hungry and my boy's a little chunky. That's kind of funny. Yo, I'm speaking from experience too. I'm a little chunky too, but hey. We also gain 10% attack, 10% health, march speed, taking 5% less damage here, 10% more all damage. Every 10 seconds you gain a 1% bonus to damage dealt for 15 seconds, so you're stacking all damage, and you get 20% defense, and you have a chance to heal, and you take 5% less skill damage. Whenever you take skill damage, you deal damage factor back. I mean, this could be the play. I mean, Bertrand himself is not very interesting as a rally commander, but now that his active skill just got doubled in effectiveness, like literally 2x, right? Because you're dealing 3 combo attacks, and if we assume all 3 of those happen on the same turn, which again we'd have to test this, and you know, forgive me for this being early in the morning and not understanding exactly how this might work, but like, is that the play? I mean, you get a ton of stats from Subutai, you get the instant proc damage from Subutai, like, I mean, and you get the burn as well, which is like crazy. So I don't know, guys, like that could be the play. And it would be pretty counter, like you wouldn't really want to swarm this either, because you have the defense tree and you deal additional damage here. So I mean, damn, dude, that low-key might be it. I think these are like the 2 most interesting pairings in my opinion. Obviously Subutai, I'm pretty sure, has history with Genghis Khan, but there's just absolutely no synergy here whatsoever. So I think, I mean, he gives a bonus to skill. No, forget that. Khan's garbage. Sorry, Khan is not gonna be the thing. It's not it. Okay, now the other question is King Arthur, right? Now we finally have 2 combo damage commanders, except King Arthur is so exclusively for attacking field troops, and Subutai only gets stats when he's in a rally. So like these two commanders, even though they're both cavalry and combo commanders, like they seem completely at odds with one another. And also Subutai is the one that has the conquering tree, and so that means he would be primary, and then you would have Arthur as the secondary, which means now he's dealing skill damage, which I guess is fine. I guess there's no like anti synergy with that, right? It just is a bit bizarre that would be the case. But then again, on top of that, you would get no stats from King Arthur, and you would have, you know, a bonus to skill damage, which you wouldn't be getting a benefit from, and it would be 10% instead of 30, and then none of this would work. So like King Arthur you would think would be the best play because they're both combo, but I don't think it's the case. I think we're looking at either Attila and Bert, in my opinion, are the two most like obvious pairings here, and then third place would be Takeda maybe, because like I mean what else, right? What else could it be? And if we take a look at some of the Delta formation inscriptions here, you get a 3.5% boost to combo attack damage dealt. Whenever you launch a combo attack, you have a 1.5% bonus to combo attack damage dealt for 10 seconds, stack up to 5 times. You have an 80% chance to gain a 10% bonus to combo attack damage. Interesting stuff there. Butterfly, you gain 3.5% boost to combo attack damage dealt, 20% more likely to trigger effects triggered by launching a basic attack. So that's interesting. Causative. Steel Skin, you gain 2% damage resistance, and when you launch combo attack, you take 1.5% less damage for 10 seconds. Determined, 1.5% damage resistance. Okay. Flurry is 8% bonus to combo attack damage dealt. Relentless, same thing except less. So I mean, look, obviously there's some synergy here with the combo commander and the combo talent tree or inscriptions, right? Combo formation. Okay, but like none of this screams like rally meta. I think to me the most interesting thing will be pairing with, again, Attila, Takeda, or Bert. I will say though, this health reduction on the talent tree would be really nice to have for a rally commander, and same thing with Iron and Steel. It's just an additional damage like that you can deal there. So I mean, we'll have to wait and see, but like if we did Subutai as the primary with the combo tree, then there's no way Attila's like better as secondary, right? I feel like the attack tree would still be the way to go here, but we'll just have to wait and see, you guys. And again, same thing with Bert. I think you would want Bert as primary if I'm understanding the timing of these things correctly, even though he has the defense tree, which is not great historically. So I don't know, you guys, there's a lot to consider here when it comes to our boy Subutai coming soon to Rise of Kingdoms. It's worth noting that we do not have a launch date attached to this. Yeah, they didn't reveal anything in the post. They just said it's a next gen cavalry commander. So my understanding is that this will be the mightiest governor commander most likely, and then of course we already know that King Arthur is in the game and he's going to be the Wheel of Fortune commander, but no idea as to when this is coming into the game. Really interesting stuff here. So let me know what you guys think about Subutai in the comment section below, and while you're down there, drop a thumbs up on the video. It really helps out the channel a ton. It helps get this video out into the YouTube algorithm so other Rise of Kingdoms players might see it, and consider subscribing while you're down there, clicking the bell to be notified the next time I upload a Rise of Kingdoms video. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Omniarch. I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace.